finally, we're getting some information about the Demon Crest. Up, Wedding Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Kimetsu no Yaiba chapter 129. So, last chapter of Kimetsu no Yaiba, holy shit, was it good. Amin basically revealed some of the lore behind the Demon Crest because the first breaths actually had something similar going on, and it makes a lot of sense as well. So I'm going to read a couple parts from chapter 128, and then we'll go into 129. During the Sengoku era, there were some swordsmen of the first breath who were one step away from ending Kibutsuji Muzen. They all had marks that resembled demon crests. And it also says here, and the other thing I want to mention is, or read from chapter 128 is this part. But we do have one piece of consistent knowledge about them. Once one person has that mark on them, it starts spreading to others as if they're resonating. And, well, that was how one of the swordsmen of the first breath put it. And the person who had his first mark, of course, was Tanjiro. And this lore actually makes a lot of sense, because remember back in the Daki arc when Daki was fighting Tanjiro, and this is when he started using the breath of the fire/sun god. She remembered what Muzan told her about the swordsman that almost killed him, and how similar they looked. So this makes a lot of sense. And Tokito's going to, it sounds like Tokito's going to reveal like what he believes the conditions are for this mark. And let's see if this makes any sense. Strong against demons, but against girls. Oh, Genya. And this chapter is titled To Become Marked. Is there a secret to the marks that appeared during the Upper Moon fight? I couldn't move during the previous battle because I got poisoned. I was using my breast to try and delay the poison from circulating through my bloodstream. But a boy who tried to save me nearly lost his life, and my old memories came back. Then I got so angry that I lost complete control of my emotions. So based on this right here, it definitely makes sense for Tokito. Because, remember Tokito, like, prior to going into his flashback, was having, like, this conversation with, what appeared to be Tanjiro. And, you know, what Tanjiro basically said was resonating with Tokito. And the same thing kind of happened with Kenroji as well. Kenroji was in a life or death situation. She was about to die, and it wasn't looking good. And she had her flashback, and then that's when her demon crest appeared. But anyway, let's keep going here. I think my heart rate went over 200 BPM and my body became burning hot. I think my body temperature went over 39 degrees. Oh, before I forget, and I'm going to continue with this as well. Something that I think we also have to remember, and I think what Tokito is saying, and also what Amin said in chapter 128 really confirms it, because something similar happened to Genya as well. But the difference is between Genya and Tokito and Kenroji is he doesn't have any control of breath. So the fact that there wasn't a mark that appeared on Genya makes a lot of sense. So it has to be someone that can control their breath, or have like a power over breath. There was something else I was going to mention too. But anyway, let me keep going. But you can move in that condition? That would have been life-threatening. Well, that's why I think it can be used as a screening test. Will you die or will you not? That's probably the difference between those who have the mark appear and those who do not. And something just really popped into my head here, and I'm very curious what you think as well. I think Rengoku, if the mark would have, you know, like the breath of the sun god and fire god would have came into play sooner, I think Rengoku would have gotten a mark as well. But anyway, let's keep going here. A heart rate over 200 BPM and a body temperature of around 39 degrees, and of course it's Celsius. Yes, when Kojo-san was treating my wounds, I apparently had a fever. The temperature recorded on the thermometer was about 39 degrees. My guess is that I had the same body temperature when the mark appeared. Oh, I see now. So it's that simple, huh? I envy those simpletons who can say this is simple. Well, well, the thing is, I gotta say this about Zugawa Same in particular, because that's Genya's brother. Yeah, it ain't that simple. But something that I think would really clear up everything in particular is if Tanjiro was traveling with Same and Genya for a bit, because this would be good for Genya and Sanemi for a reason. Because remember in Genya's flashback, we saw how Shinozagawa became a complete asshole towards him. And I kind of think that for this upcoming arc, that if we have Shinozagawa and Genya with Tanjiro, it would definitely make sense. But the one I definitely can see getting the mark first out of all the pillars here so far is definitely Kocho. Kocho would definitely get, I think Kocho out of everyone would get the mark first because of how well she knows Tanjiro. But anyway, let's continue here. What? Nothing. So I guess getting this mark to appear will now be a high priority for the pillars. Agreed. Please inform Oyakata-sama that we will do something about it so we can be at ease. Thank you very much. But I do have one thing to say regarding your mark training. What would that be? Those who have manifested the mark must participate, no matter who it has appeared for, and there will be no exception. So Tanjiro is definitely going to be a part of this. And something that I'm just really curious about, and it wasn't mentioned in the legend as well, is the person that has the mark first, is if that person has was a full-blooded demon or was a half demon. And I feel like that is important. But anyway, let's keep going. I see, but if we're really doing this, what will happen to me now, Namu-san? Now that Amendono is gone, I'll take my leave. Whoa, hold it. Don't leave just yet, man. We ought to make our future plans now, am I right? The new six can talk about it. It's got nothing to do with me. What do you mean nothing to do with you? You don't understand your position as a pillar here. Or what? You planning on getting a head start on training without us? You didn't say a thing during the meeting. Hold it, damn it. Tomiyoko-san, please just tell us why. You're leaving out a lot of details. I'm not like you guys. Now you're pissing me off. You said the same thing before, Tomioka. Are you making fun of all of us? No fighting, you guys. Let's be... Hold it, fuckwad. Yeah, no. Oh, there's tears. Take a seat. Let's talk a bit more. I have a proposition. And back at the butterfly estate. Hagane Zuka-san, so you're feeling better now. That's great. You sure don't look okay, though. The sword. Thank you very much. Rengoku-san's hilt! Oh, it has Rengoku-san's hilt on here. Oh, I like this. I definitely like that we have Rengoku-san's hilt for Tanjiro's new sword. For a couple of reasons. One, it confirms to me anyway that Tanjiro is definitely going to be the next fire pillar. I called that way back when we met Rengoku's family in particular, and also and this was when we found out about Tanjiro having the power or the dance of the fire god and being a sun breath user, so to speak. But yeah, Tanjiro is definitely going to be the next fire pillar. But the other thing is that it's really important because of how important Rengoku was to Tanjiro, and also to us too, because I miss Rengoku. Rengoku did not need to die. He shouldn't have died. Thank you for keeping Kotetsu-san. Hold on, Thank you for keeping Kotetsu-kan safe. Please have a seat. You okay there? Blade. Yeah, let's look at the blade itself. Woo! Ooh, I like this. This is beautiful. Oh my god, this blade is great. I love that there's the fire going up the black blade. It really makes a lot of sense considering what we saw in the previous arc. Remember when Nezuko put her blood on Tanjiro's blade? And also, because that's what it definitely reminds me of. because the blade was flaming. And also, it makes a lot of sense, especially if Tanjiro's going to be the next fire pillar, and it also reflects, you know, the control over fire as well. So anyway, amazing. There's a different depth of black here, and the steel is good quality. The previous wielder must have been a very strong swordsman. Oh yeah, that's right. The previous swordsman that owned this, remember, it was the same swordsman that Tanjiro saw in his dream. So, oh man, that's awesome. The character Metsu for destruction. Well, that explains why this manga is called Blade of Destruction, so to speak. The swordsman who forged this blade made it to destroy all the demons. He didn't even leave a single clue about his identity. There was nothing but that character. Apparently, the demon hunter's hierarchy was established after this blade was made. Wow! And that's why only the pillars get the characters Aki Misadu or destroy all evil demons on them. Oh, I see now. What an amazing sword. But I don't think I saw the character when I used it last time. That's because you little goddamn dipshits took the sword from me when I only managed to finish stage 1 of the process. Oh my god, so that sword that we saw Tanjiro use at the end of the most recent battle was only at stage 1? Oh my god! This is gonna be awesome. Oh man, I can't wait to see more of the sword in action now that it's complete. I didn't even get the fucking rust off. I'm gonna kill you. I'm so sorry. The fact that there are irremovable scratches on this blade right now is making me cry waterfalls. The pain is physically killing me. Thanks to you dumbasses using the blade during the grinding process, I had to restart the whole thing from fucking scratch. I'm so sorry. But this guy had some pretty bad wounds himself. There were broken bones all over his body. I'm gonna kill you. He's not listening. Listen, Tanjiro, you know you're going to have to bring me Midarashi dumplings from now and until the day I die, right? Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I'll do that. Ow, your mask is poking me. Thank you very much. Take care. I only heard rumors about him, but he's pretty intense. Actually, he was pretty mild today. It kind of looked like he was in pain. You're kidding. You people have been blabbing on and on for a while there. Oh, sorry, Genya. Genya! I love Genya so much. We're done now. Sorry about the Komo. Oh! Inosuke! Yay! My boy is back! Wog! Ugh! Inosuke, why'd you break the window? Right, shut up! You dumbass! Kocho-sama's gonna kill you! I want a different room. Poor Genya. Stronger! We're gonna have a super hard training session now. Lots of strong people coming together to train in some, Dirtle. I can't remember what they were talking about. What do you mean? No clue at all! Oh, okay. Inosuke's super excited to see Tanjiro after a long time. And something that I'm really curious about is if, Inosuke's gonna get a demon mark in particular, and Zenitsu. I'm surprised well, actually, you know what? I think the only reason why Inosuke and Zenitsu haven't gotten their demon crest, they can because of the breath, obviously, is because they weren't specifically in a life or death situation. That's my, what I mean by that is they weren't, on the brink of death, with Kanroji and Tanjiro, and we haven't seen, especially Inosuke's backstory. And I don't think we've seen, we haven't seen Zenitsu's backstory. But anyway, this is going to be really interesting. And I'm really curious if you guys think Inosuke's going to get a demon mark, or we don't even know if he actually got one because he's wearing the mask. But the training that's going to happen definitely is involving Tanjiro, and I think if we're gonna have an adventure kind of thing for this training where we're gonna have to fight some upper moon demons, I really want it to be with Shinuzagawa and Genya, because they really need to make up, because we saw in Genya's past about how much, about how, Shinizugawa used to treat him and treats him now, and of course it's because of mostly protection. But a girl didn't really see the demon crest in action, especially Tanjiro's demon crest. So that's understandable why he was just like, oh, I don't know how he got that shit. But something I'm very curious about, especially with the sword that Tanjiro just got, is do you guys think that this is like a sign that he's going to be the next fire pillar? Because I want to read something that was said about the sword, especially the mark that's on the sword, where was it? About the character Mitsu for destruction. So the swordsmith who forged this blade made it to destroy all the demons. He didn't have even leave a clue about his identity. There was nothing but that character. And apparently the demon hunter's hierarchy was established after this blade was made. And that's why only the pillars get the characters Aki Misatsu or destroy all evil demons on them. So I'm very curious if you guys think that this is a sign in regards to Tanjiro becoming a fire pillar like I do. And also, the design of the sword itself is really freaking cool. I love it. I love that it has Rengoku's hilt. And I really love the fire that we're seeing on the blade. I kind of wish I want to see it in color, because I want to see if it's like half black in the flames themselves, if they're red or if they're orange. And something I just realized, maybe the meaning behind that in particular one, maybe, hints about being the fire pillar, but it just, as I said earlier, it just reminds me of when, Nezuko put her blood on, Tanjiro's sword, and it turned red and became, engulfed in fire, and I'm wondering if that's the same. But I'm really can't wait to see this sword in action. This sword in action is going to be amazing, because based on what we saw in that fight and what was said in here, that the sword that Tanjiro used was only in, because that was the blade being made for him, was only in the first stage. So that's, oh man, and I'm telling you, that's probably going to be the blade that kills Muzan. It totally is. But anyway, I'm very curious who you guys think is going to get the mark next. I think out of all, if we're just talking about the pillars, I honestly think Kochu might get it first. But I think the one that is definitely going to get it first out of all of them is going to be Shinizugawa. Because I think it was foreshadowed in the previous fight when Genya was having his flashback. And if that happens, like I think it's going to, I think what will truly confirm that you have to have control over a breath to get the demon crest, because remember, Genya didn't get one. And I think, well, obviously Inosuke is definitely going to get one at some point. And I'm very curious if you guys think Zenitsu is going to get one. I don't think, the only reason why I don't think Zenitsu would get one is because he doesn't have, like, complete control over his breath. But Inosuke, I definitely could see Inosuke get the demon mark. But I'm very curious what you guys think about this chapter, what you guys think about the demon marks themselves, and who do you think is going to get it next? And what do you guys think about Tanjiro's new blade? And, God, and it's really making me think that maybe Rengoku would have gotten a mark. Rengoku definitely would have gotten a mark if he was still alive. But, and I also want to know, do you think that the sword that Tanjiro just got is basically a sign that he's going to take over Rengoku's spot as the fire pillar? I think it does. It really does to me. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You can donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!